Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell on the right. That would be my greatest support and help. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We care for you like family and wish you health, happiness, and abundance in mind and body.
The battle of fatty acids in the modern diet, systemic oil usage strategies, processing choices, and health restructuring. Introduction. The century of imbalance, from 1 to 1 to 50 to 1, the crisis and our strategic response. Millions of years of human evolution have shaped our precise requirements for specific nutrients. In the realm of fats, the most crucial balance is arguably the ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids. Extensive anthropological research indicates that throughout the long eras, hunting, gathering, and traditional agriculture, this ratio remains stable within a range of 1 to 1 to 4 to 1. This is the physiological cornerstone for maintaining immune balance, appropriate inflammatory responses, and neurological health. However, since the mid-20th century, a nutrition revolution driven by industrialization has completely overturned this balance. Vegetable oils, characterized by high-yield and low-cost, such as soybean oil, corn oil, and sunflower oil, have rapidly dominated the global food supply chain due to their excellent processing properties and commercial effectiveness. Concurrently, the proportion of foods rich in omega-3, like pressed meat and eggs in the diet has sharply declined. The result is catastrophic. The dietary fatty acid ratio in modern urban populations has become widely distorted to 15 to 1, 20 to 1. On your individuals heavily reliant on processed foods, it may even reach a staggering 50 to 1. The biochemical consequences of this imbalance have been identified as a common underlying factor in numerous chronic diseases. Omega-6 and omega-3 compete for the same enzyme systems during metabolism within the body. When omega-6 is severely excessive, it not only dominates the production of a series of pro-inflammatory mediators, but also strongly inhibits the conversion of omega-3 into EPA and DHA, which have anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects. This pushes the body into a state of chronic low-grade inflammation, a core driver of cardiovascular diseases, metabolic syndrome, autoimmune disorders, and neurodegenerative pathologies. Therefore, proactive intervention through opioids has become a key element of therapy. Proactive intervention is a based practice in preventive medicine. The core strategy of the system constructed in this article remains constant. First, drastically reduce the excessive pro-inflammatory factors in the monoembraceous hybrid cake of dietary omega-6. Second, efficiently supplement scarce anti-inflammatory omega-3. All choices must be examined within this framework, emphasizing the priority of selecting oils obtained through physical, first press, or cold press methods to maximize the retention of natural nutrients and avoid potential risks associated with chemical refinement. Part 1. Expanded core principles. Why how it's obtained is as important as composition. When evaluating oils and fats, we must consider not only their inherent fatty acid profile, but also their birth story, the extraction and refining processes. This directly determines whether what reaches our table is a life-filled whole food fat or a highly purified yet potentially risky industrial product. Chemical refining is the mainstream method in the modern food industry, typically involving multiple steps such as high-temperature cooking, solvent extraction, high-temperature degumming, de-acidification, bleaching, and deodorization. The advantages of this process are high oil yield, high smoke point, uniform color and flavor, and long shelf life. However, The significant costs are loss of nutrients, generation of potential hazardous substances, and potential solvent residues. In contrast, physical first pressing, cold pressing, refers to extracting oil solely through mechanical pressure at low temperatures, possibly including physical filtration for purification. Its core advantages are maximizing the retention of active components, avoiding chemical contamination, and preserving a more natural fatty acid state. Strategic guidance. Under the strategy of drastically reducing omega-6, we are already selecting oil types that are inherently very low in omega-6. Olive oil, tea seed oil, coconut oil. Prioritizing virgin or cold-pressed products of these oils allows us to achieve dual health benefits, controlling inflammation risk while gaining additional protection from natural antioxidants. For high omega-6 oils that must be avoided, even if labeled cold-pressed, they are not considered due to their fundamental compositional flaw. This principle will run through the evaluation of all oils that follow. Part 2. Strategic classification and in-depth analysis of the full spectrum of edible oils, foundation oils, and avoidance oils. Based on the core strategy, here is a comprehensive classification and analysis integrating all discussed oils. Category 1. Strategic foundation oils, building the healthy defensive line. These oils meet the criteria: low omega-6 content, high oxidation stability, and suitable smoke point. They should constitute over 80% of daily cooking oil, and priority must be given to physically first-pressed, cold-pressed products. Coconut oil, over 90% saturated fat, extremely low omega-6. Its excellent heat stability makes it a safe base for high temperature cooking. Must choose cold-pressed or virgin coconut oil. Animal fats, balanced in saturated and monounsaturated fats, omega-6 110%. A return to traditional wisdom. With good heat resistance, crab-fed sources have a higher omega-3 proportion. Tea seed oil, oleic acid content 80%, omega-6 小于10%. The Orient olive oil with a high smoke point, suitable for frying and stir-frying. Cold-pressed tea seed oil better retains unique antioxidant sites. Avocado oil, oleic acid content greater than 70%, omega-6 小于15%. Extremely high smoke point, making it a strategic choice for high heat stir-frying and deep frying. Virgin avocado oil is rich in chlorophyll and vitamin E. Extra virgin olive oil. This designation itself represents the highest grade of physical first pressing. Oleic acid content 55 to 83%, omega-6 till 10 to 15%. The core of its health benefits, olive polyphenols, exists in significant quantities only in unrefined virgin oils. Must be used for dressings, low temperature cooking, or drizzling after cooking. High oleic varieties, through breeding modification, oleic acid greater than 80%, omega-6 120%. These are healthier upgraded alternatives to common vegetable oils. Pay attention to the extraction process when choosing. Category 2. Strategic avoidance oils must be clearly identified and strictly limited. These oils generally have omega-6 content 30% and are the primary culprits causing the imbalance. Regardless of the extraction process used, their fundamental fatty acid defect cannot be changed, and they must be strictly avoided. New rosehip oil. According to reliable data, its omega-6 content is exceptionally high at 45.38% to 54.58%. Despite often having a relative high omega-3 content, resulting in a seemingly favorable ratio, its absolute low omega-6 content is too high, fundamentally conflicting with the drastic reduction strategy. It is also chemically highly unstable and cannot be heated at all. Its skincare value and dietary risk are two entirely different concepts. It must be excluded from the dietary system. Safflower oil, grapeseed oil, the peak of omega-6 content, typical pro-inflammatory, fuel, PUFAs avoidance. Soybean oil, corn oil, standard sunflower oil. The most significant hidden sources of omega-6 in the industrialized diet. Peanut oil, sesame oil, rice bran oil, walnut oil, all have omega-6 content exceeding or approaching the 30% caution line. Even though walnut oil may have a favorable ratio, and sesame oil is rich in nutrients, their high absolute omega-6 intake means they are not recommended in a strict system. Sesame oil should only be used as a strictly limited flavor accent. Palm oil requires separate analysis. Fatty acid profile, special composition, approximately 50% saturated fat, relatively low omega-6. From a fatty acid perspective, its omega-6 risk is not high, and the saturated fat confers high oxidative stability. Health controversy, significant. High intake of palmitic acid is implicated by numerous studies in potentially raising LDL cholesterol. Environmental concerns are also prominent. Strategic position. In a personal health strategy, it is not recommended to actively use it as a household cooking oil. One must be even more vigilant about its presence as vegetable oil, hidden in countless processed snacks. Part 3. Strategic classification and in-depth analysis of the full spectrum of edible oils, supplement oils, and nutraceutical, functional oils. Category 3. Core nutritional supplement oils, the key to reversing imbalance. Safe seed oil are central to executing the efficient supplementation strategy. It must never be used for cooking or heating. Fish oil, algal oil, directly provide EPA and DHA. This is the most effective, evidence-supported way to correct the ratio and should be considered a daily essential nutrient. Focus on purity and antioxidant protection when choosing. Flaxseed oil, perilla seed oil, rich in plant-based ALA. Conversion efficiency to EPA DHA in humans is low, so they cannot replace fish oil, but are an important source for vegetarians. Must choose cold-pressed products and be consumed cold, stored away from light and refrigerated. Category 4. In-depth analysis of specialized nutraceutical functional oils. Their core value transcends the basic provision of fatty acids for energy, lying instead in the functional components they contain, which have specific physiological regulatory functions. Therefore, targeted nutritional supplementation or functional dietary inclusion, not as primary daily fat sources. 1. Linseed oil, sequoia, gamma-linolenic acid, and a naturally ideal fatty acid ratio. And 6. 2. 3. Function. Modulates inflammation, improves skin conditions. G. Atopic dermatitis. Supports women's health. Recommendation. Consider the functional nutrition. Consume small doses daily. Cook does not replace vision. Cook. Rapeseed oil. Cocoa oil. Thymoquinone. With potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory functions. Modulates blood sugar and insulin resistance. Immune regulation. Potential neuroprotection. Positioning. A botanical functional supplement or herbal preparation, not a regular cooking oil. Use strictly as directed. Do not cook with it. 3. Sea buckthorn oil banned. Distinguish between sea buckthorn berry oil, core, omega-7 palmitoleic acid for mucous membrane, repair, dense antioxidants network, and sea buckthorn seed oil, core, unique even fatty acid ratio. Functions: exceptional mucosal repair, skin gain, systemic aerodidized positioning, a top-tier reparative function, heat sensitive for direct oral consumption or health purposes. 4. Saturated core component, very high omega-3, then the near perfect even heart rate. Functions: efficient supplementation, plant-based omega-3, improves blood lipids, skin moisturizing, and anti-aging. Pre-analyzing the contradiction. Absolute omega-6 content is still approximately 35%. Fragmentation as a high-quality plant-based omega-3 supplement must be consumed cold. 5. Presepia utilis rule. Core components: a roughly 1-to-1 composition of folate and linoleic acid, rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K. Functions: comprehensive nutritional support, skin protection, positioning, and nutritionally balanced, purposeful for both consumption and skin. Can be used in dressing, past, moment ready for high temperature. 6. Rose hip or extremely high omega-6 and skin component. Positioning: a purely skin, not an edible oil, for extreme consumption. Strictly avoid practical rose water for using functional. Personal practice rule: 1. Kitchen revolution and purchasing wisdom. Clear out all of weight extremes. Stock up extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed tea seed, coconut, avocado. Prioritizing cold pressed virgin extra virgin. Eventually, avoid the spoils of processed foods. Medium protein, raising, animal fats, high omega, traces, low fat, extra virgin olive oil, direct nutritional supplement, whole plant nuts, food, overall dietary synergy, consume mixed non-substitute. No functional oil can replace the status strategic foundation oil. They are the special forces, not the environment. Prerequisite focus. Only consider adding one to the crops selected. 2. New principle. Processing and functional must choose most functional oils must be consumed cold. Culture: becoming the master of your own health in the modern food environment where omega-6 is utilized as the power of the system. Toxins, rice bran, and walnut oils are contradictions. Palm oil is including contradiction. Winning formula remains. Building a stable cooking foundation better come correct. Incorporating functional oils into the system signifies moving from macronutrient balance into taste revolution beginning in the kitchen transforms us from mere consumers to builders through unwise choice. They are not enemies. This is the most fundamental